Bangalore is absolutely epic to play with. A very self-sufficient legend that's very much capable of carrying herself very well. Her ability set allows her to be played very aggressively. Her style is in her name, Bangalore. And when you play with Bangalore, be prepared for non-stop assault action. This icebreaker episode will teach you some very useful tips and tricks that you should use whenever you're playing as Bangalore. Basically, what I'll do is I'll break down my old gameplay footage to help you learn about this incredible legend. First one up, right off the bat, we are gonna talk about Bangalore's ultimate ability, Rolling Thunder. This ability not only has a very far reach, it also has the biggest area of effect from one skill in the entire game. So, your main priority with her ultimate is to make full advantage of the range as well as the area that it covers. This clip will show you how I laser someone quite far away but couldn't quite finish them off. So, after I shoot, I throw my ultimate so that the enemy wouldn't approach me as I approach them to finish them off. As it happens, I didn't even really need to do anything else. They got caught by my missiles and got burned to a crisp. Now in this next clip, I also take full advantage of her ultimate ability. However, this time I supplement it with something else. The best way to get used to using Bangalore's ultimate ability is to get used to and get good with using throwables. So basically thermites, grenades, and arc stars. These throwables are used exactly the same way as her ultimate ability. Throwables can also be practiced more often as you can just find them anywhere in the map. The better you get with these throwables, the better you'll become with using Bangalore's ultimate. So in this clip, you'll see that I push my enemies with her ultimate ability. They were a little too far to shoot, but not too far from my ultimate and my throwables. So as I push, I throw everything I have at them. As you can see, I had great help from my ultimate ability to down the first enemy. Then, as I look around, I hear that there's another enemy in the same area pushing up the hill. Probably to attempt to revive on the one that I just downed. Unlucky for him though, I had a bag full of explosives. So, I throw everything at him. You'll notice that my second throw, which was an arc star, was thrown specifically to the left. Why? Because there's a rock between us, and normally whenever you chase someone hiding behind a rock, they go the opposite way away from you. So when I threw this arc star to my left, I went to push to my right, which led the enemy right back to where I threw my arc star because they wanted to avoid meeting me over here. Next one up. Now, pay very close attention to this one, guys. There is a lot of things you can learn from this clip alone. Spatial awareness and rotations. This clip right here shows the importance of knowing your surroundings, because once Bangalore's smoke tactical ability is out, you'll have nothing but your memory to navigate with. Alright, take a look at the situation right here. I pop my smoke so I can hide and heal right next to my enemy who's literally just 5 meters away. So A, before I pop the smoke, I knew I had to remember the layout of the room. And B, as I was healing, I was creating a plan of what I was going to do in this sticky situation. And guess what? I decided I wanted to wipe everyone. I'm fully shielded, I've reloaded my weapon, I am ready. So, I listened very carefully to find out where my closest enemy was and I go to push. As I come out of the smoke, I slide. It makes me a harder target to hit. As I cross paths with Lifeline, I turned around and another Bangalore comes out of nowhere. Imposter! I had to get rid of her, right? Now, because she was in my immediate sight and the Lifeline was gone, I had to focus on this Bangalore. Right after I down her though, I leave the room. Why? Because I no longer had any idea where Lifeline went. As far as I know, they might already know exactly where I'm at. So, I dipped. You'll see here that I rotated around the building to try and get a better view inside of the room through the windows on the opposite side of the door. Turns out, I didn't even need to. The Lifeline actually ran out, and she's just outside the smoke right behind this wall. And as I always say, guys, always prioritize getting high ground. And with that, I head straight for the wall to get a better angle, listening to the footsteps and looking at where the footsteps indicators are. Lifeline was literally just now a little bit further away from me, just on the other side of the smoke. So here's me thinking, right? She's probably now gonna expect me to pop out of the smoke. So I decided to take a different route, drop down to my right, go for the push, and take her down very easily. Now, as I slide to my left, I cancel my slide and immediately strafe to my right, making Lifeline miss her shots as she follows the wrong direction. Right after this fight is another fight. Pro tip, always expect another enemy, especially in situations like this when there's so much shooting happening. People are attracted to action to get high kill gameplays, right? So, when they hear shots, they go directly to that and try to third party. What I'm trying to say is, always stay alert. And just like that, a Bloodhound pops out of nowhere. What's the first thing that I do? I heal. Always stay healthy. The next thing I do was immediately find cover. I'm very vulnerable at this point, so finding cover was my only priority. As my heal finishes, I get ready to fight. Instead of running straight out, I pop my smoke because whenever Bangalore pops her smoke, people immediately think she's gonna hide inside it. So I Uno reverse card them and do the opposite. Normally I would slide out though, but because I had no room as there was a wall right behind me, I couldn't build enough momentum to do an immediate slide. So I jump slide. This is one of the most perfect use of the jump slide technique. When you don't have enough momentum to do an immediate run and slide, jump and then slide. And because of this, as I pop out of the smoke, the enemy struggled to trace my movements, missing most of their shots. Now, because I was using a single fire weapon, I had to take my time and not shoot until I had a clear shot. And right here was that perfect shot. What a clip, hey? Next, in this clip, we just landed in train yard. My teammate over there is downed and need assistance. However, I am in no position to help right now. I had to act and think fast. My play was that if I decided to smoke my teammate, the enemy team will know I'm just behind the wall, so they'll probably rush me instead of finishing my teammate off. And because I just popped my smoke, there's a couple of seconds delay before I can pop another one. So if the enemies decided to rush me, they'll know my position before the smoke comes out and take me down very quickly. So instead, I pop my smoke right behind this wall to the left so I can run inside it and heal up. At this point, my teammate is fully dead. So the only option I had was to heal up and fight when I'm fixed up. As I do that, you'll notice that I do not move at all. On top of that, I also stay in crouch position. Not only does this prevent my footsteps from popping up on the enemy's screen if I accidentally move, my hitbox is now also smaller as I'm crouching, meaning I am now a harder target to hit just in case someone shoots me inside the smoke to try and catch me by chance. As soon as I'm ready, I jump slide out of the smoke to knock Octane down. As I take Octane down, I plan to reposition behind cover again, but as I slide, I take a hit, slowing me down. At this point, I knew that Bangalore's passive is about to kick in again, and as it provides me with a movement speed boost, I run and slide away. And from here, I decided YOLO and thirst this lifeline down. Normally, I wouldn't chase anyone if I'm low in health, but seeing as this lifeline was running away from the action and knowing that we literally just landed, I knew that she was in trouble. No guns or anything. And the fact that I broke a shield, I knew she was in deeper trouble, so I pushed. Good night. Alright, last clip. One of the best ways and also easiest ways to make use of Bangalore smoke. I heard gunshots over here, right? So I pushed to that direction. As I cross the road, I take a hit. Like in the previous clip, I got slow. Now, because I got shot at, Bangalore's passive ability kicked in. So, I take full advantage of this and slide into cover. First thing I do, heal. As I look behind me, I cannot see any enemies. I didn't really want to challenge the enemy behind me because they might have a higher ground on the bridge or in this building. So, I go with my original plan. But, as I push forward, an enemy comes out of nowhere and starts shooting at me. Now, I'm sandwiched, right? Enemy at the front, enemy at the back. What I do here is I pop my smoke as soon as I push forward. So, as I move forward and fight this enemy in front of me, my smoke will cover my back, preventing enemies behind me from seeing me. If you can't find cover, create one with Bangalore smoke. You know what, guys? I think it's time for you to learn some more tips and tricks that applies to all legends. Here, watch this video. Oh! Maple syrup won it! GG's!